Bring that over there. All right, how's it going, everybody? I think this is working. Let me see here. Testing out Wirecast. Cool. All right. Everything's good to go. Hello, everybody. This is the first stream I'm doing on this channel with this new Wirecast with me in the little box at the corner. I think you all, okay, I got the chat up here. What's up, guys? Poopy Butthole moderating for me. Thanks, brother man. So cool. Welcome back. Finally doing the news. It's going to be a lot more streamlined, a lot more beautiful being able to do it with this Wirecast, with this webcam here, than using my ghetto old iPhone and having a screen behind me. So I'm going to run through with you, do the typical broadcast here. I have my screen up that you can see, so it's going to be a lot easier to actually see what I'm going to present to you guys. And also, make things a lot more streamlined. So I'll be looking to do this most every day this week. So anyway, the first few things I want to share with you guys are actually basically a few plugs of mine. I'm not sure if you were aware, but I was actually on the War Room show again on InfoWars just the other day. And again, I'll post the links to all of these in the description below. But I was on the War Room. They had me talk secret space program, ET, free energy stuff. It was an awesome interview. Not gonna lie, I was a little nervous just because I was traveling the day before. I really wasn't prepared, but all in all, good stuff. You can go check it out. Next one is the interview that I released on this channel a few hours ago, and that was with William Tompkins. And it was an amazing interview. I was absolutely honored to do it with him. And again, go check it out if you haven't, because it is riveting. I basically just shut up for an hour and let him talk, let him just spill the story that he wanted to get out there. And again, as well, you guys might have seen, but I dropped a video on this channel a little earlier today discussing how I now have a second one, and I'm going to split up my content a little bit. On this Destroying the Illusion channel, I'm going to keep doing these live streams here, do some more whiteboard stuff, utilize this tapestry, answer some viewer questions and whatnot. I'll still be doing videos on this channel, but I'm going to take all my health stuff and move it onto this Conscious Strength channel. So actually, I started this like years ago, but I'm finally going to be able to utilize it. And I figured I would now do health stuff because that's a huge background, huge expertise I have that I don't really get to fully bring out on this Destroying the Illusion channel. So that's why I'm going to separate them, and that way I'll be able to bring out a lot more stuff that I find is extremely important, but it's probably a little mundane, a little off topic than would be on this DTI channel here. So make sure you go subscribe. So now let's get into some of the news stories that have gone on the past few days. Of course, I haven't done this in a little bit, so a lot of this is just going to be a general recap. A lot of these things you guys probably already know, so you're just going to get really my commentary from it here. And this first news story that I want to share, let's see, is this, still kind of getting used to all this. There's a little bit of a delay, but cool. Checking through it all. So this flu season that we have, right? Zero Hedge reporting here. This flu is far worse than we're being told. And in this article, it's actually discussing how we're not even halfway through flu season, and we're already above 44,000 deaths, which is pretty much what normally happens in a full flu season. And right here, we aren't even in the middle of it yet. But luckily, Zero Hedge, I still enjoy them. I love their work. Here they're talking about how pointless flu vaccines are. And luckily they didn't bite the flu propaganda bullet. So talking about all of these flu vaccines being historically ineffective. And I actually would not doubt. I need to sign off my email there. Remember to do that. There we go. So these flu shots, horribly ineffective, and I actually wouldn't doubt if many of these flus going around right now had some kind of man-made component to it. But anyway, kind of a health article I wanted to share with you guys. I'll be doing a lot more of this on my other channel. Let's talk about some of these Q posts. right? A lot easier to see now that I'm using Wirecast, huh? So let's go through a lot of these. It was, you know, basically just a lot of more intel. You know, I don't really have time to go through all of them that have happened since the last time I've done one of these videos, but lots of stuff showing that things are absolutely progressing. A few of these have to do with MI6. Let's go down here. MI6 essentially ratting on their superiors, MI6 being British intelligence. Boom, May is neutralized. MI6, underground house cleaning. Queen and monarch seeking shelter. That's funny because I saw an article last week that showed how one of Queen Elizabeth's estates was on fire. Another odd fire over there. But anyway, that's good news. And this one, nobody is sleeping tonight. Let that sink in. And these guys that are running this Q collective, you know, it's again, it's not one person, it's a group of people that are getting intel, sharing that intel with us to really warn us. They are patriots of the highest caliber. They are doing some stuff that I don't have the balls for, but I will absolutely report on it to bring light to what's going on behind the scenes, because these guys are putting it all on the line for us, folks, and that's just letting you know how deep this is all really goes and how big of a battle they are fighting for us. I like this here, new puppet master. If you remember that cryptic Julian Assange tweet from a couple months ago where he says, remember he said, what happens when the puppet takes the hand? Cryptically, probably referencing Trump. You know, funny there. And then there's a lot of other Q posts up here. The most recent ones, we'll just touch on those. Q has been posting some Fox stuff, which I would venture to guess that everybody at Fox has been briefed as to what's going on, and there's going to be a slow rollout of a lot of this intel. And of course, a lot of the contributors and hosts of Fox are undergoing some serious issues. Sarah Carter's Twitter account was hacked. Now it's back. You know, we also have Sean Hannity over here. His Twitter account was hacked as well. Now, of course, Time Magazine, various corporate bullshit media outlets, they quickly went into their ass covering. Sean Hannity's Twitter disappears and conspiracy theories begin. Time Magazine. You see, one of my favorite things that I like to do in department stores is go to the magazine rack and just rag on all the bullshit that's in those magazines that we're fed. And Time Magazine, you guys, got to tell you, it's one of the worst. And let's go back to Q. As he said down here, where was it? He mentioned the conspiracy theory label is going to be one of those. Conspiracy push label. You know, we're being controlled. It's pretty obvious. What is a psyop? Almost everything these days, guys. Everything's a psyop, especially Time Magazine. But surprisingly enough, Fox News is not quite as psyopish as they used to be. You know, Fox News a few years ago was awful. Let's be real, they were awful. They're terrible. But now, Fox News, you know, they cleaned house a little bit, got some people out of there that probably weren't going to follow along with the new agenda, and now they're starting to report a whole lot more truth. So Gowdy here with Fox News reporting, talking about FBI's Sturzak and Page should testify to answer allegations about the secret society. Beautiful. So that word hitting the mainstream, man, secret society. It's crazy to see that on Fox News. I have to tell you, not just in mainstream, but on Fox News. And secret society, man. It's amazing to me. And I've only been, you know, researching these truths, these conspiracies, these secret societies for a few years now, maybe 5 or 6 years. I can only imagine what the people that have been understanding and knowing all this stuff for 20 or 30 years are. You know, they're excited, weathered, tired, you know, sick of all this shit still going on, but I'm sure they're excited. And speaking of those texts, let's talk about this coming out of the Gateway Pundit. I just found this. Still have yet to really get into verifying it, but they're talking about Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton on Jeanine Pirro on Fox News. And I've always loved Tom Fitton's work at Judicial Watch. Awesome stuff. So that's why I felt confident just bringing this up and reporting it without looking too much into it. But it's saying here, the FBI is now saying that they can't find Andrew McCabe's text messages. So first they could hardly find Sturzak and Page's text messages, but luckily the Inspector General got them. And now they can't find Andrew McCabe's. Whoa, who would have thunk? Maybe these burned up in Hillary Clinton's house. In her house fire. But funny enough, and I'd imagine that they're going to find those text messages soon. And next article, let's go on to some True Pundit stuff. I like True Pundit. Let's see. So I have the chat. I have the live chat on a different screen than this one, so I'm not really able to check out that live chat too much. Let's go through it. No lag for anybody? Good. All right, everybody. Thanks, Brad. You liked me on the War Room. Awesome. I was somewhat shocked, but I was also very excited and very happy that they're opening themselves up to broader horizons, to new information being on InfoWars. So I was super stoked that they had me on, and they basically just let me say what I wanted to say. So, you know, a lot of people call InfoWars shills, but it ain't so black and white, you know. Let me tell you, InfoWars has been putting out some good shit for a long time. You know, maybe there's some things I might disagree with or they haven't said, but there's a lot they have. And they were actually, funny enough, instrumental in my awakening process. So InfoWars gets props from me. Whatever you might think. Funny video here by the New York Post. Clinton thanks her activist bitches in a bizarre video. So Hillary Clinton here, you know, funny that this leaked. And I'm sure this won't be the first video to leak. I think a lot more will start coming out in coming days, weeks, and months. And probably more videos, deeper videos. But this one here, it's hilarious. I won't play it for you, but near the end of it, she says, "Activist bitches, my activist bitches." Poor woman. Not. Speaking of Hillary, New York Times surprisingly reporting on a top advisor of hers accused of harassment and how Hillary Clinton chose to shield. So is their tune changing? The New York Times. Now, I don't expect them to really be posting that much truth or anti-Democrat, anti-Hillary Clinton stuff at all, but here they are reporting on Hillary Clinton shielding a top advisor from harassment, sex harassment accusations in 2008. So the tune might be changing, you know? The tune might be very well changing. These guys in the corporate media, they know that if they don't start reporting truth, they might get rated like Newsweek, right? Or they'll just lose more and more and more viewers, like CNN. I don't even know who watches CNN anymore. I think the only viewers CNN honestly gets are in coffee shops and airports. That's pretty much it. Now let's move on to a little more trustworthy news, Zero Hedge. Let's talk about Trump and that FISA memo. So I love this. Trump ignoring Department of Justice warning, notifying Sessions and saying that he wants the FISA memo to be released. And I've actually just seen some news pieces on how the FISA memo is getting hopefully rushed through Congress, and how Trump might be able to actually read it on at his State of the Union address, right? And that may or may not happen. I don't know, but I would imagine that we're in for it very, very soon. And I think that memo might, you know, I'd imagine it might be dropped in just a couple days. Somebody's saying my mic input is high. Crankly, I know I'm having to use my mic from the webcam because Wirecast wasn't registering the lapel mic. Hello, the lapel mic I have. There's some audio issues going on. Still working out this Wirecast. But anyway, Trump ignoring the Department of Justice, notifying Sessions that he wants the FISA memo released. Glad, okay, sound is fine, some of y'all are saying. Except that. Alright, let's move here. Trump fires back at Jay-Z. So, of course, this was... my bad. I didn't mean to do that. I'll figure that out next time. Trump firing back at Jay-Z for that superbug jab. Somebody tell him black unemployment is at a record low. So, some Twitter feeds, some Twitter beef going on. Jay-Z, of course, always trying to talk about dead presidents. Now he's feuding with one that's alive. Not a very smart thing to do, especially when it's Donald Trump. because he ain't like the previous ones. And of course Jay-Z, his MK Ultra ass on CNN. Not anymore. I want to talk about him. So let's just go through the last couple things I want to share with you guys. This is cool. I like Wirecast here, man. This is neat. Be doing this more. Cool. Anyway, last couple things on extraterrestrials. You know that I'm going to be reporting on this and the secret space program. As much as some people tell me to get a new channel for it, or that it doesn't connect to the deep state, it doesn't connect to anything. Why report it? We have more important things going on. Hey guys, it's all important, and it all connects to each other. So yes, I will be reporting on these things because they're absolutely important. And of course they're important when we have mainstream media running their alien articles, because of course this brings into mind partial disclosure, how of course the mainstream media, now extraterrestrials aren't a distraction, the secret space program is not a distraction, but what they're putting right now in the mainstream about them is the distraction. That is the disinformation. There's a lot of stuff they're not telling us. So Newsweek right here saying alien life, weird biosignatures help scientists hunt for extraterrestrials. Wow. Biosignatures, right? And then of course little green men, when funny enough most extraterrestrials look exactly like you and I. Most of them could be sitting next to you at the bus stop and you wouldn't even know. So there's that. I mean, let's be real, the only biosignature you need to find extraterrestrials is your own brain, your own mind. NBC News. Simple math shows how many space aliens may be out there. Logic, obvious. We can't be so arrogant to think we're the only ones here. It's a lot more than you might imagine. Yeah, a lot more. So they're prepping. They're prepping people's consciousness, seeding them to take these ideas seriously. But of course, there's so much out there, and you can find it. You can find it if it's out there. You can find it on my channel. You can find it in many people's books, many other YouTube channels, but you won't find it in the mainstream media. And then last article I want to share with you guys on mainstream science, a mainstream science website, Science Alert. This one, a little bit of truth being seeped out into the public. Time crystals. Scientists have confirmed a brand new phase of matter called time crystals. Interesting. For months now, there's been speculation that researchers have finally created time crystals. It's you know, the ideas of time travel. You know, time is not linear like so many conventional scientists think. Time is changeable. It's three-dimensional in a way. That's actually a video I have planned. Is somebody asked me the difference between density and dimensions, and you know, this whole space and time space thing. I'm going to do a video on that. But time is very odd. It changes. We can change it. You know, electromagnetic fields can change time. And Albert Einstein didn't fully have his mind grasped around it. Really, no scientists have. So I'm gonna make an effort to and research more into it. But this is just a little bit of truth. And funny enough, a little bit of truth being pushed into the mainstream. And funny enough, they have a fractal picture as the main picture of the this article here. So anyway, guys, that's really all for this one. Sorry I missed some of the super chats over here. Can I? Dude. Okay, let me scroll back. Let me answer a couple of these. Let's see here. Sorry, okay. Last thing I want to share with you guys is discussing the Secret Space Program webinar. So, where to get it? www.secretspaceprogram.com. We just fixed the website to where when you purchase the webinar we just did, you'll get sent a link automatically. We were having some issues with the PayPal systems and the YouTube systems and whatnot with the last webinar. So, actually live streaming on YouTube, and especially to webinars like that, is a little difficult. So we got all that situated. It'll be different for this upcoming webinar this Saturday. And she's also saying my interview with William Tompkins, shouldn't have to pay for it. You don't, because like I said, it's free. It's up on my YouTube channel now. So Thank you, Carl, for asking that question. Thank you all for tuning in to this live stream on Wirecast. It's beautiful. It's easy, streamlined. So thank you. Be tuning in again soon. Take care, guys.